It's so good, it's so good. Feels so good to me. It's so good, it's so good.
Let's talk about where we kind of met and what were you doing?
Oh man, I love
What were you
telling
doing in
people.
San
I
Diego?
love telling people about the day I laid eyes on ANNASARAO. It's the one word that comes to my mind is wow.
You're stupid.
No,
for
for
really.
Okay, so if I recall correctly, at the time we it was my KABOOM squad. We were out for Buster Groove, and during that time we had just kind of lightly started fellowshipping with the MINDTRICKS, and we'd seen G. We had a few one-off conversations, different events that we showed up.
Yes.
And
Rest
then we
in
just
peace, G.
rest in peace, G1. That's our Yoda. I'm sitting in the audience. There's nobody there actually. I mean, it's just very minimal people. And I'm hanging out with G, and we're watching everybody step to their thing, and I'm like, "Who is that?" And he was like, "Oh, her? That's Anna. She dope." So then, thank you, sir. So then, I mean, he didn't have to tell me that. I seen for myself. I was like, whoa. There was just something about you, dog, that was just so amazing to me, and it really carried, throughout the years, and I have this esteem towards you. There's not a person that's in the dance community that don't know who ANNASARAO is. You a big dog, and when it came down to our own productions as the Jabbawockeez, Rainin still attributes you as being his mentor, because we've had to just pretty much direct, you know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
And I'm not really that guy. I'm a creative dude, but I never was under your tutelage in that regard, but Rainin was, and so when it comes down to just getting everybody together, what we call it in Jabba, or at least when I call it in Jabbawockeez land, is, you got a culture shock. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you need to get it, to one clean place, by any means necessary, and so he definitely picked up on those attributes, and I'm learning from it, indirectly, and now our young leaders are learning indirectly from you. You know what I'm saying? So you did a good thing,
Yeah, no, dude, and I can't believe that you guys up and left Sacramento.
Yeah.
You moved here to dance.
The city itself is so beautiful. It spoke to me, and yeah, I was really like, you guys were like the white rabbit I was following. Julie, Sammy,
All of them.
Belle, yeah.
And it was a special time for us.
It was.
There was no other feeling like that group. Like, we remember it always. It's kind of like our foundation.
Yeah.
Even years up till now, we're still friends.
Yep.
He doesn't just choreograph like regular. Like the rest of us kind of like do 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we look at it. We kind of like, oh, I don't like that, and we do it again. Kev has a whole different process.
I feel it. I feel the music, like physically feel it when I move into it, and it lets off those dopamine receptors. It just, there's like this joy that I get freestyling, just being honest and moving to the music. When I think back to my
what was your dad's music or?
We had music in the house all the time. My dad was always playing music. My mom was always playing music. My mom would get off of work, it'd be the weekend, and she'd be happy. She ain't got to work for the next couple of days. Throw the track on, she's trying to keep up with the youngs. Like, teach me something, show me what you guys are doing. And so I have to attribute, like, at least the love for dance to my mom, and then I would say my love for music to my dad, because like I said, he's always playing music in the house. He was the guy. His record collection is extensive.
My children, they're picking up dancing without me. I'm not forcing them at all. They're just naturally gravitating towards it. Whatever it is that we're doing, they're just picking it up through osmosis. I'm not spending time like 5, 6, 7, 8 with them. They're just picking it up. For the most part, we just have freestyle sessions, and they'll just show me what they're on, and it's dope.
So if you didn't know, he also formed a choreography crew called Super Galactic Beat Manipulators.
Yes, I
You
do.
know,
Yeah.
I mean, back in the day, there was nothing like this.
That's a crazy name too, by the way.
I remember he was just joking. Like he
I
was like,
joking.
like you know all these names like Urban Effects, like Culture Shock. Let's just call it something ridiculous.
It's gotta be out of this world.
Yeah.
It's gotta be like aliens to be like, I get down with that.
Yeah. So okay, do you remember why you started the group?
I did. I did. One of the main reasons was as a part of just like it being like an outreach, you know, being able to connect people. You know, I am still definitely a fan of the Most High, you know, deep into the spiritual aspects of things, and you know, going to church and walking that path. I wanted to share that with people maybe who were like-minded or maybe who weren't in that space. It was just I was using dance or my you know, art form as a means to connect people spiritually, you know. That was one. The other reason was because, you know, I would have these classes and I would come up with this choreography, you know, every time I needed to teach, and I would teach the class and then go away, and then I would just be like, dang man, I spent time with that. That was a piece of me that I created, and I just used it for that time, and I left. And I always thought, you know, instead of wasting all this choreography, why don't we get a group of people who's down to like take this choreography and use it as a means to sharpen their sword, sharpen their knife, you know, and then display it to the dance community in showcase formation or format, you know. So a lot of people say, I don't know how to dance. It's like, man, you can dance. I've heard this. I think it was some African proverb. Don't quote me on it, but I heard Talib Kweli say, if you could walk, you can dance. If you could talk, you can sing. And I believe that. If you could walk, you can dance. You just need to understand the mechanics of it.
You know, I just want to say thank you too, because you've always been kind of like that person. Like if we are in a room and it's a session, or you're just doing stuff, you're just moving, you draw people to you. You don't really try that hard. You know, Kevin doesn't really try that hard. I always wondered, how come I like his freestyle so much? You know? I was always asking myself that back in the day, but it fits so well, you know? Where do you think that comes from?
You know, I'm a big fan of Bruce Lee and his whole idea of economy of motion, movement, not doing too much to get the point across, you know? I really took that to heart, and it's like, if you can articulate the music in such a subtle way that has an effectiveness, then you don't really have to do big stuff. Plus, you know, dancing itself is very aerobic. It can be, you know, especially the way Culture Shock do it. Well, back in the day at least, you know. And it got to be a point, and I didn't want to gas out on my freestyle. I wanted to be able to, you know, continue to be in that pocket and move it. And so, you know, just learning how to control myself and not get too excited, you know, and not overdo it. I think that really kind of where it stems from, and just really pacing myself through the music. That's where it was, you know. And then working on, and the thing about it is like contrast, right? We work on subtle movements, soft things, and then we work on the strong, so that you can have, I say that if you can be as soft as you can deliberately, and then as hard hitting as you can, then in between is where you want to operate, because as the music goes, the music's just not one tone. It's got a lot of different things going on. It's got a lot of different sounds working together, and there's a contrast. There's an up and down. There's motion and movement. You know, just imagine you're watching somebody freestyle that's kind of the same tempo the whole time, and they're not taking their time to dumb it down and let certain subtleties kind of be present for a bit, and then, you know, as you know what the music's gonna do, hit them with those things, and then it's like, whoa, I didn't expect that. Or maybe I did know that was coming up in the music, but that was well played, how you went from that subtlety to execution. Yeah, very huge.
And you guys were probably the first, and when I say guys, I'm talking about Jabbawockeez, you know, to really show me or teach me that, so that I became aware. You know, I'm like, oh, I see now the music. I didn't see that or hear that before, but when you're doing it, now I know.
It's digging deeper. So, and you know where it came from. I saw G Gary, G1, get down in the garage one time at a MINDTRICKS Christmas party. And that dude just blew my mind with his dance ability. I was like, this boy is off the hook. Like, he was so versatile. He could do everything. Floor, you know, top, locking, popping, breaking. Like, this boy had it all, and it was an inspiration to me, and I was like, I want to be like that. That's exactly how I want to be like. Then you couple that with like the whole Bruce Lee thing and being like water and all this other stuff, and it's just like I really became a nerd. You know, like I was a geek about that junk. You know, I still am. You know, but it resonates with some people, and that's what gives me the comfort to say, or the confidence to say, I'm doing something right. I'll be giving myself advice till the battery run out on this camera. But you know, like we were joking kind of earlier, like saving money.
$1 a day, Kev says.
$1 a day keeps the brokenness away. Like take that dollar,
oh my gosh.
put it somewhere. Don't look and put it under the bed. Just take $1 a day. You know, if you didn't spend that $1 a day, tug it under the bed. You know, this the slow pacing increase. Stay flexible, stretch. You know, take care of your body. I think that's the biggest thing. Is just really take care of your body, because that's the one thing you're going to need to lean on. You know, every day. You know, to do things, and the more you feed it the right things, and you learn how to treat your temple properly, meditating. You know. All of those things definitely are significant.
Find some mentors. I mean, whatever it is that you want to do, find a person that's been doing it and pick their brain about how they got to where they're at, you know? And it's kind of like a quick little way to get some life lessons towards that goal that you want to reach without you actually having to go through the pitfalls of the learning process.
Bounce back with something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Joe LaRoe.
Whimsical.
Married life.
Awesome.
Ezekiel.
Oh, genius.
Las Vegas.
Hella hot.
Okay. Favorite food.
Mexican food.
Really?
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Specifically, rolled tacos.
Okay.
Specifically from Chile Verde on the corner of Windmill and Rainbow in Las Vegas. Check him out. His name's Carlos.
FMA.
Oh man, Filipino martial arts. That's. I'm putting some energy. I'm trying to be the Jabbawockeez of FMA.
And then Cardi B.
Ooh. My wife in another life.
Okay, cause I Cher. Cause I got it.
Cher. Oh man, that's the wife in this life.
Well, she'll always be my girlfriend.
Nice.
She just got the title of my wife, but we did Bang It.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah.
This is it, y'all. I dance with my wife, you know.
You know, she hold me down. That's my rib. You feel me? She keep me on my toes, and she gonna laugh at that when she watch this, because she know exactly what I mean. You know, she's a formidable chess opponent.
Cool.
Super awesome.
Okay, well, thanks for
Yes.
being with me for a little bit.
Cheers, baby.
Boba with friends is Boba well spent.